What's going on, guys? So I'm going to finally do my patina on my door. But if you're anything like me, if you're left alone in a store for a certain amount of time, you start wandering and finding things. Found this at the good old Harbor Freight. Little looks like an Eastwood knockoff, you know, type of thing. But you know, it was one of those deals where it was cheap enough. I thought I'd try it. I wasn't gonna do my orbital sander, you know, how I always use. But you know, I wanted to try this since I gotta scrape off the old paint and do all that. But you know, it's not a bad feeling. I'm gonna put the handle on real quick and then we'll give it a shot. It came with 3 different rolls. It looks like got a finishing drum. We got a stripping drum, so we'll put this one on. We'll give that one a go. It's pretty intense. And then it also came with another finishing drum. I don't know. We'll look at that one. But all right, so we got it together. Gonna give it a shot, and then we'll go from there. We'll see how it works. If it's better than an orbital sander to kind of figure things out, or you know, we'll go from there. You know, it's not bad. It works pretty quick. It's a little loud. Takes the paint off pretty fast. Just a quick little bit. Since I'm gonna be color matching it, it doesn't really matter because I got some grays and whatnot to take it down. But I won't bore you with me sanding it, and I'll bring it right back. All right, so it does pretty fast work. It's kind of a little bit of a heavy tool, but I mean, you get used to it. I'm actually going to be using probably the finishing drum that it comes with, just to kind of get all the thick scratches out. It does work pretty fast, but as you can see, there's no wrong way of wearing down the paint on how you do patina. It's just pretty much however you like it. And if you don't like it when you finish it, just sand it down again, do it again. Yeah, so I'm gonna do the finishing drum to kind of get all the thicker cuts out, and I'll bring it back. All right, so I got it, all the heavy scratches out with that drum. But here it is. It did pretty good. I got some grays, and then looking throughout the truck, there's black and gray and patina. I'm gonna show you guys how I do patina. There's a million ways to do it. So it's just pretty much whatever you want to do. The way I do it is pretty budget friendly. I got my little concoction that I make. I'll show you how I do it, and then use some paint, and then where I want the patina to be, I spray my concoction, and then it makes the patina, and then the rest is just however you want it. But I'll go get the stuff that I'm going to use, and I'll show you how I make it. Alright, so a lot of this stuff you probably have in your household, so it's, if anything, it's free if you got it in your household, kind of. But I had to go out and buy it because I wanted to do like a cost breakdown. I just wanted to know how much it would cost. Technically, this was the most expensive one, was the hydro peroxide, because it was in a spray bottle. It was the only one they had, so I kind of had to. So you need your peroxide, your vinegar, and just any type of salt, really. This all cost me about $6 just because of the spray bottle. Probably could get it cheaper, but I couldn't find just the regular pour bottle. But yeah, it's super easy to make. There isn't really a measurement to it. So I usually do like a quick 1-to-1 type of ratio, but since it's a little bottle, it doesn't really matter. You just got to make sure it mixes pretty well in there. Yeah, just enough at the bottom to cover. I'm gonna take this off because I'm not gonna sit here and spray it. Since we're not doing a lot, this is I did a little over half a bottle, just because we're not doing a whole lot, and a little bit goes a long way, really. Let's see here, grab my top here, another spray bottle. Just shake it until pretty much the salt goes away, and that's how it goes. Alright, so this actually works pretty fast. So a lot of people spray it on and leave it for a little bit, or you can just spray it and wipe it. But like I said earlier, it's all on your taste on how you want to do it. I'm gonna spray it and then let it dry for a second, and then see if I want to go more, because I'm gonna be adding paint to this. So when I sand it, wet sand it, it's not all gonna be rusty and whatnot. So it's just a preference. So we'll see how it goes. And hopefully the camera's picking that up, but you can kind of see it starting to work as you see it's starting to turn a little rusty brown and whatnot. It's actually pretty cool. So that's just the first coat. Now, this isn't going to cause huge rust. It's just surface rust, but it's just trying to capture all this and make it all look close. Now, it's not going to be perfect, but it's going to be close, so it's not too much of a patch stroke of different color, all that. So I'm going to let this dry, and then I'll bring it back. So it's starting to turn gold, or rust. It's starting to dry up. It's cold out, so it's taking a little while. Sometimes it takes a couple coats. But yeah, you can kind of see it. It will do this. It will drop on the ground when you're trying to do all that. It's just quick and easy, you know, clean up. But yeah, it's super simple. It's I always give it a check every time I. But yeah, you just there you go. Let it do its thing. It's kind of a cool science project if you really think about it. I'm going to focus on some areas more. Try to make it actual close to real patina, or where you would see rust areas like the arm rest, and then the key or the door handle and all that stuff. And then I'm just going to pick certain areas to match with the bed. But yeah, it's looking good. It's starting to, if you can come up in the camera, it's starting to do the streaks right there. Starting to look better. Sometimes it's hard to pick up on the camera, but it's getting there. We'll just keep applying. that probably is picking up a little better. Sorry, I had to turn on my camera to make sure you guys were still there. Alrighty, so I actually ended up waiting overnight for this to set up. Because it's colder, it's taking a little longer to set up how I want it to set up to match the truck. But actually, it looks pretty good. So this is how it came out. Not too worried about the color, because I'm gonna throw some paint on it and do all that. Normally, I always wipe it down just to get rid of the excess of the material, and then it kind of, personally, I like wiping it down because it doesn't leave such a grittiness, so it'll be kind of smooth like the patina in the back of the truck. But you can leave it. It's all pretty much a preference, whatever you want to do. But I think it came out great. Alrighty, so I got it just taped off the edges so nothing really disturbs the other stuff, even though we're going to be doing the front end on that. So pretty much all I got was just a gray and a brown to kind of settle it in a little more. But one thing, always make sure you either get your paint warm or shake it really well with this attachment I got on my little Sawzall. It actually really comes in handy, so you don't gotta wear your arm out. You just sit there and let it go. Just about 15 seconds is really all you need with this thing, and then you blend it in how you like it. That's the biggest thing, is it doesn't matter how everybody else does it. It's just how you like it and how you want it to come out. So pretty much we got the door well covered. I'm going to spray a little bit of brown on there, and then we'll do some wet sanding. I'm kind of intrigued by these new cans that they got from Rust-Oleum. They got 5 different styles. Looks like number 1's a high, and then a standard, a low, vertical, and horizontal, which is kind of cool. We're probably going to do the low output because I don't want to do a bunch of brown, but just because we got our patina behind the gray, and when we wet sand it, it will really pop out. The gray is just kind of just like a light dusting to kind of help on the outside of the gray and kind of mix it. I may do another coat of gray, maybe just see how it looks when I do one of these. So we're gonna check out these real quick. Let me figure out which one the low is. 3. Oh, it's got numbers right there. All right. It's not bad. A little bit about. Yeah, I almost just fell on my ass. I don't know if the camera caught me flying off onto the edge. I mean, this is kind of cool. It kind of splottered a little bit, so maybe the standard might be better. It's cool though. We'll see. Oh, that's pretty standard. So we're gonna let that dry. I'm gonna probably do another light dusting of the gray to kind of fine tune it a little bit, and then we'll wet sand it. And then the areas I really want to show the patina coming through is probably where the door handle is, where the arm rests, a couple streaks or here and there on the door, just to kind of blend it in, do a couple spots up top. So we're gonna let this dry, and then I'll bring it back again. So after we had time to let it dry, you pretty much just wet sand it. Got our little spray bottle, cleaned it out. It's just water now. And then you just set it up for kill mode and go to town. And you just sand it however you want it, pretty much. So I'm gonna, like I said earlier, I'm gonna focus in the handle area where you rest your arm, and then a couple spots. I'm gonna wet sand the entire door because it's kind of it's got a texture. I want to try and have it smooth for the clear coat I'm gonna use, so that it's gonna look a little better. So pretty much you just spray it. So now that I've let it sit up a little bit, you can see what we did earlier with the patina in the background. Got it how I want it. But it came out pretty good. I'm pretty impressed with it. It's not a complete color match, but once it sits out in the sun for a little bit, I'll get close to, because this is fresh and this is, I think, 15 years of sitting in a field, so there's bound to be a little off. Plus, once I do the front, it will match the door, so it won't be a complete off. But that's how I do it. I'm gonna look at ways to how to clear coat it, and then we'll go from there. All right, guys. See you later.